Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First thing is the minutes, February 4th meeting. You guys had a chance to go over it.
Yeah, I'll look at it in the email.
Somebody make a motion.
Yeah.
Then motion made to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made to accept, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next era. Bob, have you got a presentation? Is
Yeah,
what we're headed?
so you guys asked me to look over the entrance culvert summary and the internal crossing summary that the next year I did have another voice. So I looked at them, I compared those locations, they sent me all the information I needed. I compared those locations to the drainage map that's currently on file with the surveyor's office. I couldn't find any of the actual entrance culvert for the internal crossing locations that were on a legal drain. There's a couple that were on an arm of the drain, and I had Glenn look into to see if that was actually a regulated drain, and they weren't. So just keep it short. I mean, ultimately, there isn't any of those culverts or field crossings on a regulated drain. So I don't, but even if they were, there was, they have submitted details for those crossings that you don't really have an entrance detail, because that's like for the state, for the county highway. Or even the field crossing details meet your detail X that we submitted years ago for bandit. So long story short, they're just not crossing any drains to where they would come before you for that purpose. So I don't know what other, unless you guys got any questions about those. Deeper, but I looked at every crossing, mapped it, looked at the drain, looked at maps.
And the same thing.
When, and I just don't see where, at this point, you're affected by it, to where they would come before you for an improvement on a specific crossing. So,
Yeah. You guys got a spokesman?
Yes, me.
Okay, what? You understand what he said? That
Yeah.
really, we have no,
We still have to give our approval for this.
we have to give approval,
Yes,
okay.
yep.
Okay.
And move forward.
Have approval by default, I guess.
Yeah.
No issues.
Yeah, the plan commission ordinance requires that they get a drainage, go before the drainage board and get their
Yes,
approval before they can finish out that.
yes. Questions? Do you have like a written up motion so that we do it right, or?
I do not. Do you have any suggestions on them? It should just be cut or dry as far as,
Today, just make your motion, and if they need something in writing, we can always present them at another meeting
Just make
to
a
have it
motion,
signed.
motion to accept that we don't have
Approve
any,
their.
yeah, approve their,
Okay.
Mhm.
I move to approve, all the requirements have been met.
second. Then motion made and second to approve the requirement, that we approve their requirements. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You guys have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Stay till the end.
Yeah, no problem. Old business.
I just have one thing. I don't know if you guys got this in an email. It's on the Barty tile out at Rudy's. Just wanted to run it past you guys. If you think that since NIPSCO did the damage, should I be reaching out to them to cover that? I mean, how do you guys want to handle it? Cause I don't feel like we should be paying for that since NIPSCO put the holes through the tile.
I think so.
I talked to Jenny about it too, and she said that's how it works down there, that NIPSCO always covers that.
Yeah, I don't see why we should pay for it. It wasn't. I mean,
Right. Now, the only thing is with that though, I mean, they have an extension. So are we gonna let them go ahead and continue to do this and then try to get reimbursed by NIPSCO, or are we gonna not do this stretch of the project and wait on NIPSCO to pay us? How do you guys wanna?
If we, the only problem is if we wait on them, we could hold up drainage for everyone,
Right.
correct?
Mhm. Yep, so we'll talk about possibly getting reimbursed from.
I would think keep moving forward.
Right, okay, sounds good. That's all we have for old business.
New business.
We have Mr. Waffle here to speak to you about some drainage issues, concerns.
Well, at the last meeting that we had discussed, I was working on drainage for the deadlock pipe.
Yes.
And we have Craig now being the main outlet
Thank you.
for the outlet to get to the railroad. But we got two small ditches that are tributaries to the Craig. I talked with, well, Matt was with me Saturday, and we walked out there and saw the problems, so I would be here to visit with you, the drainage board, on, I have dug the Coleman ditch, which is on the Deadlock Farm, so there's two people involved with the Coleman ditch. That's the Saris Properties, and that is the Deadlock family on their part. Once I get to and through the Coleman ditch, then I get to the Marks ditch. That heads west to get to the Craig Mile, and there's about 1.25 miles of the Marks ditch. Some of it's, I don't think, ever been touched. It's just a jungle through there. And that's the holdup for my project. Before I can ever get water to dump in the Craig Mile. So do we want to, and I would love to see that to where we actually petition the Craig Mile ditch and its tributaries to get drainage through that whole area. And I'd like Matt, he's looked at it with me. So he knows exactly what I'm thinking there, and he lives right there, so. That's the pictures. I forgot to mention the pictures that I enclosed behind the general map on the front are the result of my work for the last month on the Deadlock Farm, and it shows we're in probably one of the driest winters we've ever had, followed by a dry fall. And I can only get the culverts on that farm to empty halfway. The water now is pretty much just not running.
What is this? Is the marsh ditch? What's the status of that? I mean,
The Marks ditch,
yeah,
we don't have anything on file up there about that. It's part, I mean, it comes off the Craig Mile, but I feel like we should probably look into putting that Craig Mile under assessment.
Oh, it needs it
I
bad.
know,
the Craig Mile's not under assessment either.
no,
No, it's petitioned, but not,
right,
Right.
or non-petition, regulated, but not
Regulated.
petition.
No maintenance fund on it.
It needs it, like after my house, it's curves really bad, a lot of trees, then goes through Gums's there where they put that wetland in. And then Ceres, and then right after Ceres, it's horrible. Like you can't even walk up on the bank. The trees are so thick and they're down everywhere. Like,
I haven't even been to that point.
that's
I started right where the,
Doug and I drove that last spring last summer. Cause the water was, we had all that rain, and it just was staying so high, and I thought there's a beaver dam, but no, it seems like it's getting worse.
It will with trees and everything.
Yeah.
What are you? If we put that petition, and everything,
oh, yeah.
what are we, 1.5, 2 years, or can we do it faster than that?
I don't know, what do you?
I don't know
think,
how
Adam?
long it would take to
I
have.
don't either.
I'm
I can
just-
start checking into it for
Just
sure.
have to go through the process, I guess, and see how.
I'm just saying, you realize-
oh, I realize that. We've been farming the Deadlock Farm for at least 15 years.
Right.
And I dug all the ditches when we first started farming it, and nothing ever worked like it was supposed to, and I knew the reasons, but now I'm here the second time around saying, It's gotta be done. If not for me, for other people out there that try to farm that property.
We just can't. Nobody on the drainage board can carry the petition because of conflict of interest, so.
Right, so yeah, that's kind of what I mentioned the other day. I mean, you could be the petitioner. To start the process,
I can start the process
by being the petitioner.
and I can have people that are affected actually help me walk the petition.
Yes,
present the
definitely.
petition.
Yep, and we can work through that together.
How many signatures do you need?
I'm gonna have to check into it. I've never done it or researched it, so Autumn and I'll work together
Is
on
this-
that and I'll keep Larry in the loop as well.
Do you remember Ed is a certain percentage of landowners, isn't it? Or acreage or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Then they have to have so many public hearings, I
For a
think,
long
after you get
time.
it signed and all that.
Since we done the Robin, so like I kind of forgot. Well, it hasn't been hardly one done since, I don't think.
No, I couldn't find it.
So,
So while I'm here asking, then my main concern was the Marks Ditch, which is a mile and a quarter. To get to where we looked at the other day, Matt, right before your house.
Yeah.
Then that would, I won't say eliminate my problem with the deadlock farm, but it would sure help it. But for a whole, as a county whole, we need that petition for the Craig Mill.
you wanna dig that mile and a quarter you're saying? Are you gonna dig that mile and a quarter? Because like I say, we're probably 2 years off, because then you gotta bid it once we get.
Well, there's 2 or 3 landlords or landowners that are involved with the Marks Ditch, so I would have to approach them, I guess, myself.
Yeah, right,
And then whether we would put this tributary, the Marks / Coleman, in with the petition for the Craig Mill, I would assume.
I would think so. If you're gonna dig a Craig Mile, it drains into the Craig Mile.
Do all the
Yeah,
tributaries.
yeah,
This
because
is
it's
the
part of the
This
watershed.
is the time.
Yeah.
That's how it's usually done. I mean, if we
Yeah.
go through that work, let's include all the tributaries, they're all part of that watershed.
And then they'll be part of it financially too.
Right.
yeah.
And you realize usually. Somebody help me on, make sure I'm saying this right. There'll be a reconstruction fee. To where it might be $10 an acre.
Several years.
No, just for one time.
Like up front,
Yeah.
And then there'll be a
One-time
maintenance fund
assessment.
from then
And it'll
on.
be-
like a one-time assessment and then a yearly, yeah.
That's reconstruction fee.
They said get it back in shape.
So I mean, the people have to understand that when they're signing the petition, that it might cost them, they got 100 acres, it might cost them $10 or $12 an acre, that first. For the
Well,
reconstruction.
and that's been part of the problem. It's never been petitioned before. It's because
Yes,
there was a couple of landowners
Yes.
that own a sizable amount of acreage and they
right.
don't want that
I-
assessment on their taxes.
Yeah, that's why we have to have the petition and the hearing. To make sure everybody has their say and stuff like that.
So then I'll need from Gwen the particulars
Right.
Yes.
as far as percentages needed.
Mhm.
Signatories
Yep, and we can definitely get started on that.
and all the property owners
Mhm.
that are in that watershed.
Correct,
Right.
yeah.
Anything else you need? Okay.
Not for now.
All right,
Thank you.
you bet.
Yep.
Any other new business?
I don't have anything.
Ready for public comment?
Sure.
Public comments, anything to be brought up? How's it going? Yeah,
What is the standard rate for maintenance? I forget offhand,
I don't know if there is a standard rate.
maintenance fund,
Right.
it builds up a certain degree, then it stops or something to that.
Oh, that's a percentage of the
It's 4 times.
4 times the annual
assessment.
assessment, yeah,
Mhm.
right. So then it can stop, but
Right.
anything else? Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Been